Hi guys, welcome. This is our Candid About Candida class, and I'm so excited to come in and teach once a month on an interesting topic, and this is one that's near and dear to my heart. So I'm so glad that you guys are here and that you're joining us or you're catching the replay. Welcome to the replay. I am Dr. Laura Ritchie. I'm just going to introduce myself really quick because we have a lot of new members that are coming into this group. I am a certified women's health and functional nutrition coach, a doctor of physical therapy, and I'm an essential oil educator and leader with doTERRA International. And so before we begin, I just want to mention that everything that we talk about in this class is going to be specific to doTERRA essential oils. They are certified pure therapeutic grade. These are the oils that I know, love, and trust, and very, very different from the quality that you're going to get from the health food store or Walmart or wherever. So please just keep that in mind with this class that we're just talking about doTERRA oils. Oh, hey, Hillary, thanks for jumping in. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'm excited to be here with you guys. And if you're finding this information interesting or helpful, please feel free to give hearts or likes or any of that. That just lets me know that you guys are here and enjoying this, and you can even do so on the replay as well. I have uploaded a file for you. It is now in our group and it's all about Candida. So you can use that as a reference, download that. That will be up for 2 weeks just as well with the class of replay. So you can grab that and have that as a handy resource for you while we get started with this class. And yeah, isn't this an amazing topic, right? So many people are curious about Candida. It's a hot topic. I personally wanted to really talk about this because it's something that has come up for me time and time again along my own health journey. Originally, it was an issue that came up for me several years ago when I was struggling with pelvic pain and I was dealing with lots and lots of yeast infections and issues with that. And it's interesting, there is some correlation in the research related to yeast and candida growth and vulvodynia, or pelvic pain, like pain in the vulva. And I kind of went through my own journey with that. That was kind of one of the first symptoms before I got sick with the sarcoma, was I was having chronic yeast infections and nobody could really kind of figure it out. So that was kind of interesting. And then recently I was just diagnosed with a candida overgrowth big time. And even though now I've completely changed my diet and I eat a very clean diet, what I think happened was I had 2 hip surgeries kind of back to back about 7 weeks apart. And when you have hip surgery, and when you have any type of surgery, they often give you IV antibiotics. And we're going to talk about how that can contribute to candida and yeast. And so that's something that I'm currently doing, is working on healing my gut. And I thought it might be interesting to just kind of share that journey with you guys with all of that. So we're going to jump in and we're just going to talk about what is Candida, right? Well, Candida is actually a fungus and it's a form of yeast, and in small amounts it lives in our mouth, in our intestines, and its job is to really just help out with digestion and nutrient absorption. The problem is when Candida becomes overproduced and it can break down the wall of the intestine, so contributing to leaky gut or intestinal permeability. This can then penetrate your bloodstream and it can start to release toxins, so these byproducts into the body. Again, as we talked about with leaky gut or a candida infection or things like that. And this will make you feel really, really crummy and can be really challenging. So candida can actually lead to a lot of different health problems, from digestive issues to depression, kind of the whole gamut, because now it's into our bloodstream, it's challenging our immune system, it's causing a lot of different things. So how do we get candida overgrowth? Like, where does this come from? Well, eating a diet really high in refined carbohydrates and sugar, because it actually feeds the yeast. So they're like, yay, yum, give us this energy. And that's why oftentimes people with candida overgrowth will have constant sugar cravings, because those bugs are saying, feed me, essentially. So that's a problem. Consuming a lot of alcohol is a problem because it's fermented and it contains sugar, and again, it's feeding more yeast. Taking oral contraceptives or birth control pills can actually disrupt the bacterial balance in your microbiome and can contribute to this. Living a really high stress lifestyle. Stress, guys, can actually slow down digestion and cause more inflammation. And taking antibiotics. And there is a time and place when we need antibiotics in our life, right? But the problem is it kills the good gut bugs along with the bad. So it's just kind of this big thing and it kind of wipes everything out. And so we have to go in and replenish and re-inoculate those good gut bugs, which is really important. And leaky gut. Leaky gut can also contribute to candida overgrowth. So what are the symptoms of Candida or yeast overgrowth? Well, they can be a lot because it can be systemic now. And so this could be digestive symptoms like bloating or gas, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal pain, burning in the esophagus can be a sign, itching or burning around the rectum. If you're like burping all the time, that could be contributing. We can get central nervous system issues like anxiety, depression, ADD, ADHD, memory problems, learning disabilities. So you can see Candida can cause a lot of different things in our body. We can have systemic symptoms like headaches, muscle pains, fatigue, allergy symptoms, male and female disorders with different things there, skin and nail fungal infections, so like athlete's foot or toenail fungus. If you're feeling tired all the time, if you're just feeling worn down, that could be a symptom of Candida overgrowth. A lot of autoimmune diseases, again, because we've got leaky gut, and we've got some things contributing to that. Difficulty concentrating, if you're just having a hard time focusing, that could be an issue going on. Skin issues like psoriasis, eczema, hives, rashes, that could all be contributed to yeast. And oftentimes when we get stuff showing up in the skin, it's a sign that our gut is having some problems and some issues, and we need to heal our gut. Guys, the gut is really the gateway to our health and to our healing. And so I'm talking about functional medicine, functional nutrition, getting to the root cause and kind of healing from the inside. Vaginal infections, urinary tract infections, rectal or vaginal itching, these could all be signs as well. If you have really severe seasonal allergies or itchy eyes, or really, really strong cravings for sugar or refined carbohydrates like we were talking about, those could all be some signs that something is off. And this is challenging, right? Because a Candida overgrowth or a yeast overgrowth is something that most Western medicine doctors are not really going to maybe look at, consider, or maybe even validate. Maybe they don't even think that this stuff is real. I will tell you guys, coming to this world, I had to do a lot of my own research. I had to be my own advocate, and I would really recommend that you seek out a functional medicine doctor. And this is something that I do for my private health coaching clients, is help them find a functional medicine doctor in their area, because we do need some people on board on our team. And the problem is many Western medicine doctors, they just are not trained in this. They're not trained in leaky gut and intestinal permeability and nutrition and looking at a person holistically and getting behind the root cause of what's going on. They're kind of trained more a pill for every ill. They are kind of sponsored by big pharma. They're kind of like putting a Band-Aid on the symptoms, but not really figuring out what's behind all of this. Why is it causing this? So this is kind of just an important thing to keep in check along your journey and just to kind of be aware of. Testing is interesting. You know, they can check your levels for antibodies like IgG, IgA, IgM, and this can be done through most medical labs, and high levels can kind of clue you in that, okay, maybe there's an overgrowth or something going on there. I personally really like stool testing. And this can be really helpful and really accurate for Candida, especially in the colon or in your lower intestines. And what's nice is it can kind of determine the species of the yeast as well as what treatments might be most effective. So they can do like sensitivity testing and find for you what might be most beneficial for the type of yeast that you have. So that would be my recommendation. There are many different types of stool tests. So there's Doctor's Data, Genova, there's GI mapping. That's the one that I had done most recently that showed that I had an issue with Candida in my gut. So seek out those doctors, find a functional medicine doctor, get a stool test done. This can give you a lot of really, really great information. There is a kind of do-it-yourself test that you can try. It's called a spit test. Now, again, there's not a whole lot of scientific backing behind this, but a lot of people suggest that they find that the clients that they have that do this, when they do get the testing, it kind of validates what they're feeling. So this is a simple test you can try, you know, for free from your home if you're just kind of curious. And how this works is you actually get, so when you first wake up in the morning, you want to get a clear glass of water. And before you brush your teeth, before you drink anything, you're going to gather some saliva in your mouth and you're actually going to spit into the cup. Just spit in there and you let it sit for 15 minutes. So set a timer, let that hang out for 15 minutes, and then you go back and you observe what you see. And if the spit looks kind of partially cloudy, or you see little small white projections that start to kind of come down from the saliva, this could be a sign that maybe you have a yeast overgrowth, and you might want to get one of those tests mentioned, like a stool test, or kind of talk to your doctor about that, or definitely start to do some things to address and support that. So what do we do? What do we do to support Candida? Well, we have to change our diet. This is really, really, really important, okay? Because sugar feeds the yeast. And so you want to start at a minimum, just eliminating sugar in all of its forms. So candy, desserts, alcohol, flours, soda, the white sugar, the white flour, that has got to go. And for some people, you do need to cut back even the complex carbohydrates to 1 cup a day. And this could be things like even gluten-free grains, beans, fruit for some people, because we have to remember fruit is still a form of sugar. So especially the tropical fruits like the mangoes and the pineapples and the banana, and those things can be really, really high in fructose and in sugar, and can feed the bad gut bugs. And we just have to be kind of cautious about that, right? Yeah, absolutely, Hillary. Magnesium mocktails are wonderful replacement for soda. And if you guys aren't following Hillary LeMay, look her up on YouTube with keywords Hillary LeMay. She has some great recipes for magnesium mocktails for you, right? We've got to find a swap, and the sodas are just not good. And we all know that. We all know that sodas are just not good for our overall health. And this is what we have to do, because we have to starve out the Candida by not feeding it anymore to cause it to die. So usually with my private health coaching clients, this is one of the things where we kind of ease them into the transition, and we start to add more healthy foods in, right? Adding more water, adding more vegetables, adding more nutrient-dense foods. However, when you've got a serious Candida overgrowth, this is one of those things that you really have to cut it. It has got to go, because we have to starve it and cut it off at the source. And if you cut sugar out for a little bit and then you slip and you maybe binge and you have a bunch of cookies or something, it's just going to come right back. So we really have to be pretty diligent when it comes to a Candida or a yeast overgrowth. It's something that we have to be tough. And we're going to talk about ways to support you with that too, and with the oils, which is really important. So cut the sugar, cut the soda. Diet alone can take 3 to 6 months. This can take some time, guys, especially if this has been a Candida overgrowth that's been going on for a long, long time. So you want to kind of consider that and know that it's going to take some time, because the leaky gut has probably been going on for a long time. So when we're talking about leaky gut, we're really talking about the intestinal lining has kind of become permeable, or there's like little holes now in the intestinal lining. And that could be from inflammatory foods like gluten or dairy, and we'll talk about those a little bit. That could be from high stress. That could be from different prescription medications or antibiotics like we talked about. So now these proteins are getting into your bloodstream, like undigested food particles or different things, and it's causing this inflammatory attack, right? This inflammation in the body, and it's your immune system's on alert. And this is so, so important. So this is why typically when people think about food sensitivities, we just think about like allergies, right? Like you eat strawberries and you go into anaphylactic shock or something like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about sensitivities. I'm talking about your immune system goes on alert and causes a bunch of different issues. And that's why when we were talking about the symptoms, they're all over the body, guys, because it's now in the bloodstream and it's being circulated through our whole system. And this is so, so important. There are tons of research articles that validate intestinal permeability or leaky gut. This is a real thing. And unfortunately, most doctors, most current medicine are about 17 years behind in the research with this stuff. So you have to be your own advocate. You have to start doing your own research and really looking into this. But you can go to PubMed, which is an amazing website that's open to everybody to look up scientific, peer-reviewed literature and evidence-based literature. And if you type in intestinal permeability, you will find thousands and thousands and thousands of research articles validating what we're talking about. It's just most medical doctors are not taught this. So something to kind of keep in mind, and it's really, really important because it contributes to our overall health. So foods that you want to avoid on an anti-Candida plan. We're going to start with the food and we're going to get to the oils. So sugar, as we mentioned, not good, not good. It feeds the yeast. Gluten, this is a really, really inflammatory food. if you have any health issues, it would be my recommendation that you take gluten out, because it's so inflammatory. It's really hard on the gut when we're talking about leaky gut. Dairy, same thing. Dairy is high in sugar, oftentimes very, very inflammatory. I see that being an issue personally in my clinical practice with my private health coaching clients. If they're dealing with a lot of mucus, a lot of allergies, a lot of phlegm, anything like that, it's often a dairy sensitivity that's going on. Any of the processed foods, we really want to start eliminating those. Really switching to a whole foods diet is going to be ideal. And really that's, in my opinion, going to be the best diet to support your health and your healing with everything. Alcohol, we talked about, is not a good food, how it feeds the yeast, how it turns into sugar. Caffeine, I will say in some people have a genetic predisposition that they don't metabolize it well. It is very acidic. It does kind of break down the lining of the gut and of the intestines. So for some people, I recommend maybe we need to take that out because it can contribute to leaky gut. Not all at once, not cold turkey, but slowly. And this is where I kind of come in with my health coaching practice and guide people on making these changes, right? Because food is emotional and we're so kind of programmed with that. And a lot of us get our pleasure from our food. And so it's a process. It's a process. Heated, processed, oxidized fats, you just don't want those in there. Trans fats, any of that stuff, yuck. We've got to get rid of that stuff. Any kind of processed meats, ideally we want to be eating organic meat. Yes, Kelly, absolutely, yeah. So dairy with, with any of those estrogens. So estrogen is kind of the building up hormone, right? So endometriosis, PCOS, cysts, all of those things. I specifically see dairy and gluten kind of contributing to those things. So yeah, it's something very good to be aware of. Yeah, exactly, Joan. So Joan said when she takes out the gluten, it's really easy to get rid of the processed foods, right? Because we're talking about breads and pasta and cupcakes and all of this stuff. It does. It's all about eating a whole foods diet, which is really important. And so those are kind of the things that we need to kind of get rid of as we're looking at this. And then there are essential oils that can come in and can support us while we're working on this, right? Because I love using the essential oils to support us with whatever we're doing, from emotional support to different things going on. So a couple oils that are really great for supporting you with Candida. One is thyme. Love this oil. This is a really nice kind of powerful oil. Another one is oregano. Those of you guys who have been oiling for a while know that oregano is a big kind of natural heavy hitter, very supportive to our immune system. DDR Prime, this is the cellular complex oil. This is another really, really great oil to just have on hand to use to support you and your support your immune system, especially if you're dealing with any type of like viral or autoimmune stuff. DDR Prime is really great at coming in and supporting you when you're dealing with that. Melaleuca, this is tea tree oil. This is another really great oil to have on hand. Very, very handy. So Bonnie says besides gluten and dairy, she eliminated shellfish. Yeah, and stopped eating pork. Yeah, and this is where we want to get really individualized, right, with our diet. And this is where I come in my health coaching practice and help people, because the top 7 food sensitivities are gluten, dairy, sugar, soy, corn, peanuts, and eggs. Those are just sensitivities, not even allergies, just things that people may be reactive to. And then on top of that, they may have a sensitivity to nightshades. They may have a sensitivity to grains, to different things. So I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all diet for everybody, but my job as a women's health and functional nutrition coach is to help my client find the best diet for his or her needs with what's going on. So we really like to individualize it. And that's so true. That's a really great point that you brought up. Arbor Vitae, this is actually, it comes from the Tree of Life. It's sourced from Canada. It smells really woodsy and is another really great oil for supporting your immune system, supporting what's going on there. Cinnamon bark, it's great at supporting blood sugar. It's great to put a drop in your smoothie or to use it to naturally sweeten stuff as we are getting rid of the sugar. And ideally, even guys, you'll find a lot of recipes that have honey or maple syrup or some of those things, they can still really spike your blood sugar and still feed the candida. So I recommend taking those out. And if you're going to use a sweetener, use stevia instead. I really like the liquid stevia drops, the sweet leaf stevia drops, or some organic xylitol or some organic erythritol, something like that. We don't want artificial sweeteners. Those are neurotoxins. Those are not going to help, but we can use our oils, right? And cook with our oils and use those to bring a little bit of sweetness in, and it's so great. Yeah, so Hillary said, yeah, cinnamon in her hot tea instead of honey. Absolutely. And this is great because we want to starve those yeast and gut bugs, and we want to balance, right? We need a balance in the gut, and when the bad guys start to overpower, we need to do some work on that. Another good oil, clove. Clove is a great oil for a lot of things. It has like a numbing agent in it. So if you're having pain, that could be a nice one to use as well. And then cassia is another good oil. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to actually make a candida support roller that you can use. Now, since my issues were really in the gut and that showed up with a stool test, I've been applying this over my lower abdomen in the morning and at night, and I'm actually almost out. So let's make one together really quick, and you guys can see how simple and easy it is to use the oils to support you with this. So little life hack, if you have a roller bottle, if you put the cap about halfway on and you pull up, and sometimes we just loosen it a little bit. There we go. It'll get that lid off for you. So that's just a little bit easier on your hands and fingernails and stuff when you're trying to get things off. And the first oil that we're actually going to use is our cassia. So we're going to do 9 drops of this. And if you are curious where I got these recipes or this information from, let me show you really quickly. From the Essential Life book. I love this book, guys. This is the book that I gift to my new oilers when they get started. It is really nice, and there's actually on page 215 and 214, there is a whole section on candida, and this is what I am using to kind of support me. There are tons of recipes in here. So there are roller recipes, there are recipes and ideas for using the oils internally to support you. They even have a whole candida program and a monthly protocol. So yes, I agree, Hillary. This is the best book ever. And yes, Marianne, like make a little wish list so that way you can order more oils if this is resonating with you. But I cannot stress how important it is to have resources and tools that you can use on your oils journey. So this is a great one. And this is actually the resource and where we're getting a lot of this information from. So let's get back to making our roller. So we're going to do 9 drops of our cassia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. And then we are also going to use a little bit of clove. Now I like, and you guys may notice I have the little dropper tops here. You can get these from shareoils.com. I use these on my thicker oils. So clove is one of those thicker oils. As you guys can see, it's pretty, very viscous, it's very thick. So the dropper tops make it just a little bit easier to get out the right amount that you may need. And you could even do this with all of your oils if you wanted to, but we're gonna do 8 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 drops of clove. We're gonna do 8 drops of cinnamon. And you guys also, I should point out that all of these oils are hot oils. So you want to dilute. You do not want to put oregano or clove or cinnamon just straight on your skin. It will not feel good. So that's why we're making a roller, and we're going to be diluting with our fractionated coconut oil because it's just too strong. And we've all accidentally done that at one point in time or another, and you remember and you don't do it again. But if you do, if you accidentally get some on you, just putting your carrier oil or your fractionated coconut oil will help, and we'll take care of that. So now we're going to do 6 drops of our cinnamon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to top off with our oregano, 4 drops of oregano. Oregano is a very, very powerful oil. Love oregano. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to add our fractionated coconut oil. And this is really great. A couple different ones. doTERRA has fractionated coconut oil, and I actually got the little pump from Share Oils that fits right on top of my doTERRA one. The pumps just make it really convenient and easier when making your roller bottle blends, and it's just really nice. Oh, yep. chest and neck on fire. Yep, once you forget to dilute one time, you will always remember after that. So I have the oils in here, and we're just going to top off with our fractionated coconut oil. This is the In Vivo fractionated coconut oil with a pump bottle, and it just makes it really convenient to top off. So we just fill it with our fractionated coconut oil, and then I just take the roller, and if you put that on and kind of press a little bit, and then if you take the cap and just push down and twist, that's a little life hack for you too, to get that roller all the way on, just like that. So there you go. We've got it all mixed up, and then you can just kind of give it a little shake, and then you can just apply. And like I said, I've been applying this topically around my abdomen day and night. And these are the oils that we used again. We've got cassia, clove, cinnamon, and oregano, and it just works really, really nicely. Now you can do a couple Candida relief supportive veggie caps. This is a great option as well. Yes, so Bonnie, you could use any carrier oil that you want. Absolutely. You could use jojoba, emu, almond, olive oil. My personal favorite is coconut oil because it is unscented. It doesn't stain your clothes. It just works really nicely. But yeah, if you have a carrier oil that you like better, you could use whichever carrier oil you do. I just recommend that it's organic, that it's a clean, pure carrier oil, but you absolutely could. So there's some ideas for Candida relief supportive veggie caps. So just some veggie caps to support you if you're struggling with a Candida or yeast overgrowth. And what you can do, doTERRA actually has some veggie caps that you can purchase. I believe they're like $4. And so if you don't like the taste of an oil, or like for example, the two that we're going to talk about are really hot oils, you can use your little veggie cap. They open right up like this, and you can actually just add your oil inside, close them up, and then take it internally or swallow it. So if you don't like the taste of an oil, or you don't want to use it internally, the veggie caps are a really great little life hack and tool for you to have with that. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, macadamia oil. That sounds like a great carrier oil. I haven't tried that one personally, Hillary, but that sounds like an awesome one. So one supportive veggie cap idea is actually doing 2 drops each of our cinnamon oil. So cinnamon bark and clove. And these are big heavy hitters, and you can just kind of take those together. Just place the oils in your empty veggie cap and maybe do this 3 times a day. You can add fractionated coconut oil to those if you want. Another veggie cap idea for you is to do the cassia and the oregano together. So you could do 3 drops of cassia and 2 drops of oregano, put those in the veggie cap, take it with meals, and you can do this for up to 10 days. You can, if you want, add a drop of Melissa, which is a Big Guns heavy hitter, or a couple drops of On Guard, which is our protective blend. If you're having a more kind of stubborn case and this is an issue that's been going on for a while and you want to kind of hit it with these heavy hitters, you could do that as well. Or you could get the On Guard Plus soft gel, which actually has Melissa in it. So that could be an option too. It's kind of nice. doTERRA gives us lots of options, and the On Guard Plus soft gels are already made up. So they have On Guard, but they also have black pepper and oregano and Melissa and some of these heavy hitters. So that's an option too that could just kind of help to support you as well. Now there is, and it was mentioned in our Essential Life book, they have on page 215 here, on this page, there is an entire protocol to support you. So there's a Candida support protocol in here. And the first step is actually taking doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. If you have not tried any of doTERRA's supplements, I highly recommend that you do so. That is one that I personally take every day. If you're taking any supplements, you want to see what's inside them, right? We want a supplement that is free of gluten and dairy, and oftentimes, 9 times out of 10, if you look at your supplements, it will have folic acid. Folic acid is the synthetic form of folate. Yuck. Do not get that, guys. Our bodies are so smart, you cannot trick the body. The body will not process and assimilate that in the same way as folate. So very, very important. And I would recommend that everybody go home, grab whatever multivitamins or supplements that you're taking, and if it's got folic acid, throw it in the trash. Because, I mean, in all honesty, it's just not serving you well. It is not good. The same thing with your B vitamins. Methylcobalamin is the methylated form of B12. Oftentimes, lots of supplement companies will cut corners because it's cheaper and do the cyanocobalamin. That is a derivative of cyanide. yuck. Like, you do not want that in your body. And just like with our food, where we want our beautiful organic produce that is non-GMO, and just with our oils, like you can go to Walmart and buy lavender, but that is not real lavender, guys. Oftentimes similar essential oils are not, there's no governing agency regulating the therapeutic value of the oil. Very similar with our supplements, guys. You get what you pay for. So I would highly recommend, if you're getting supplements from Walmart or Costco or any of those places, see if it's got those ingredients in there. See if it's got folic acid or cyanocobalamin, and throw that in the trash. So we really, really need to be supplementing from good sources. Ideally, supplements are supplemental to a whole foods clean diet. But this recommends Lifelong Vitality Pack, which I totally agree with. It is an awesome, awesome resource. Also, our PB Assist. So doTERRA has a probiotic, the PB Assist Plus, and this is just a really, really awesome probiotic, guys, because we've got to get rid of the yucky stuff, right? But we also have to re-inoculate and provide good gut bugs for that gut flora and for our microbiome. And absolutely. So Hillary was saying that she overheard them pushing the cyanocobalamin at her treatment. Yeah, it's just, we want the methylated forms of B12. It is, right? It's crazy. So we have to be really aware, and we have to be kind of diligent advocates for our health and read into those things and look at that stuff. And that's kind of where I come in my health coaching practice, is to kind of be a guide for people to help them. And yeah. Oh yeah. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack is free of gluten. Joan, yes, I have celiac, so I actually cannot do gluten in any shape or form, and I personally take it and feel great on it. I actually noticed a difference when I started taking it. So yes, that's a very good point to make. They are gluten-free, which is really important. So the PB Assist, it's a double layer probiotic. And this is really important because we need to get the probiotics and the good gut bugs into the area where they're supposed to be. And in order to do this, they have to be able to pass through the stomach, which has a lot of stomach acid. And so the issue with this is it's double layered to protect it as it's going through the stomach and the stomach acid to get where it needs to be. A lot of probiotics are not. So if you're doing that, you're kind of wasting your money, because all of that probiotic is just going away with the hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So we need to get it to where it's supposed to be and get it into the gut. And this has 6 billion with a B, CFUs of active probiotic cultures, and also has the prebiotics that help to kind of feed and encourage the friendly bacterial growth. So this is really important because, again, 70 to 80% of our immune health is directly related to the gut. And if you're not taking a high quality probiotic, it's time to try it. This is a really great one. I take one with dinner or on an empty stomach before I go to bed, and this is really important. Yeah, so people can definitely do the GX Assist. Thanks, Hillary. Yeah, absolutely. And you could do the GX Assist 10 days out of the month just to kind of help and support you. I'm actually doing a Cleanse and Restore right now. So doTERRA has Cleanse and Restore, which incorporates a lot of these supplements, the probiotic, the enzymes, the GX Assist, all of those things. And yeah, that can be a really, really great thing. Even just putting lemon in your water is very alkalizing, very supportive of detox. It can be a really, really great thing. So that's a great tip, Hillary. Thank you for chiming in there. Also in step 1 is taking a really good digestive enzyme. So Terrazyme is doTERRA's digestive enzyme, and I love it. This is a whole food enzyme. It has supporting cofactors that go in here, which really just helps with healthy digestion of your food nutrients. It helps with cellular metabolism, for energy. And I have tried a lot of digestive enzymes, guys. I have done Designs for Health. I've done Orthomolecular. I've done a lot. And to be honest, I actually noticed the best benefit with this one. There was something about this one that I really, really just loved and is really supporting me. So you can take 1 to 3 capsules with your meals throughout the day. If you're eating a lot of raw, fresh food, maybe just 1 Terrazyme. But if you're eating a lot of highly processed food or cooked food or more protein or things like that, this is really, really important to have on hand. especially if you're having GI upset or pain or discomfort or bloating, that is a sign that you need to have your digestive enzyme on hand. Oh, Scott, thanks so much. Yes, there is going to be a replay. The replay will be up for 2 weeks in the group, so you can definitely check it out. Thanks for popping in. So yeah, the digestive enzymes are amazing because, guys, people say you are what you eat, but you actually are what you absorb. So if you are even buying all of this delicious, beautiful organic food, but you're not absorbing what you're eating, that's a problem. So digestive enzymes, they help you absorb your food. They help you break it down to where your body can actually process it and assimilate it and use it to help you. So I cannot stress enough. And just adding in a digestive enzyme and a probiotic for my private health coaching clients does wonders. Like, they feel better. They notice the difference, even in their mood, because the majority of serotonin is actually not produced in the brain. It's produced in the gut. And these two are on sale this month, guys. So yay, like, stock up, try them. If you haven't tried these yet, try them because they are big, heavy hitters and can really, really just help to support you with all of that. So that's kind of step one in the Candida support program. Your Lifelong Vitality Pack, your probiotic, your PB Assist, your Terrazyme for your digestive enzyme, and doing lemon oil and water to just support your pH, support detox, and using that. It's really, really important. And just as a side note, you can actually take the enzymes away from food on an empty stomach, and that can really help support pain or ligaments or muscles. So I'm recovering from hip surgeries right now, and that's what I do. I take this away from food to really help, and it makes a big difference. So hopefully that is helpful. It gives you a new way to kind of use your Terrazyme. Use it with food, use it without food. It can help support you in many different ways. So step 2 of the Candida support program is to add in Zendocrine soft gels. And Zendocrine soft gels it's the detoxification blend, and you can kind of add these in. And it recommends in the book, it kind of varies person to person. So some people add it in for 2 weeks, some people add it in for up to 90 days. So just kind of depending on where you are and how you're feeling. And I like that because, again, we have to make everything an individualized plan. I believe in bioindividuality. I believe that everybody reacts differently to things. We can't cookie cutter everything. So we just kind of have to see what works best for you and your body. And that's why tuning in and being present and seeing how you're responding is so, so important. So step 3 is actually to choose one anti-yeast supportive oil for 7 to 10 days. So this could be maybe adding in like DDR Prime, or it could be any of those that we recommended, like maybe the oregano, maybe cinnamon, maybe any of those, like doing them internally. You could do that. You could add in the GX Assist, which is a beautiful supplement like that Hillary recommended to kind of add as well to help with that. And then step 4 in the plan is to really, again, we want to choose an additional anti-Candida supportive oil. And you can consider 1 or 2 to help. So sometimes it's important with the yeast and with the Candida is you want to keep it guessing, right? So you can take one for a little while and then you can switch it up. So maybe you're taking oregano for a little while, and then you could switch to cinnamon for a little while, and then you could switch to cassia and go from there. Oh, Michelle, that's a good question. I'm actually not sure how many drops of Zendocrine are in the soft gel, but I could look that up and post on there for you. That is a really great question. I'll have to look that up and get back to you on that. And then step 5 is actually the PB Assist Plus. So when we've removed, so we stop throwing fuel on the fire with our diet and the sugar and starving out the yeast, and then we're adding in some supportive things to help, we have to re-inoculate the gut. And that is really, really important. So that's going to be PB Assist, right? Our probiotic. So after using your detox supplements, you can add in the probiotic to help kind of repopulate the good gut bugs in there. And this is really great. So you may notice that this support, the Candida support program that is in the Essential Life book, it's kind of similar to doing a cleanse and restore. So I would say you could kind of try one or the other, and it just kind of recommends adding in some oils to support you with that, which can be really, really helpful. Now, this is really interesting as well. It recommends that you want to choose oils to support you based on what resonates with you on the emotional level. And this is fascinating, right? Because we are 3-dimensional people. We've got a mind, body, soul. We want to look at the whole picture when we're talking about this. So it gives an example like oils that support empowerment are ginger, which could be really great for Candida support. The body's being essentially invaded and overpowered by these microorganisms, by the yeast, by the fungus, and by promoting an emotional state of, sometimes the yeast can be causing this emotional state of feeling powerless, along with maybe anger, maybe blame, maybe feeling defensiveness, maybe feeling out of control, resentment, unprotected. I went through those things when I found out that I had big time Candida overgrowth, and I was eating a clean diet, and I was feeling like, this is frustrating. It can bring up some emotional feelings. So there may be some oils that resonate with you. So I would highly recommend, because we mentioned there are several oils that can support you in this area. So see what comes up emotionally for you. So as an example, bitterness or resentment, if you're feeling that way, thyme or geranium could be the oil to kind of support you with that. And I would even say take it a step further. And if there's a couple oils that you're considering adding in for support, look them up in your emotions and essential oils book. And again, see what resonates with you. This is really powerful. This is really interesting. And I feel like this is getting into that individualized support for people. So if you're feeling like blame, a victim mentality, feeling really defensive with the situation, that's going to be Melaleuca. So add that in to support you a little bit with that. And it's so cool, right? The oils can support us at an emotional level. The oils can also support us at a physical level with everything going on. If you're feeling used, if you're feeling betrayed, 2 oils that you may consider: coriander or rose. And rose is a really beautiful oil, guys. You actually can't buy rose. doTERRA opens it up to help us. You can actually earn rose, and it's only just a few times a year that you can do that. This was my first bottle of rose that I just got, so I was really excited, but that can help. If you're feeling out of control, if you're feeling invaded, oregano is going to be your oil to help and support you with that. If you're feeling kind of parasitical, is that a word? Or codependent relationships, clove. The oil of healthy boundaries. Yay. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Hillary. Yep. Melaleuca, energetic boundaries. Give us all the Melaleuca. And then if you're feeling powerless, if you're feeling unprotected, that's going to be frankincense. Love this oil. So very interesting, right? To choose oils to support you physically, but also based off of how you're feeling emotionally. I love this. I think it's fascinating. I came to oils for physical support and help, but I've actually found that using them for emotional support and help has become my favorite way to use the oils, and one of my favorite ways to use them with my health coaching clients. So a couple interesting things for diving deeper into the emotional part of the yeast or the Candida overgrowth. So I really love this one book. It is by Louise Hay, Heal Your Body. Really, really great book. Highly recommend it. And she talks about in this book how Candida is feeling very scattered. So lots of frustration and anger, maybe demanding and untrusting in relationships, takers. And the affirmation with that is, I give myself permission to be all that I can be, and I deserve the very best in life. I love and appreciate myself and others. So I thought that was really, really beautiful as well. There's another great book that I like. It's called Living Healthy and Happily Ever After by Rebecca Hinsey and Dr. Susan Lawton, and it's on Kindle. You can get it. It's $9.99. I highly recommend it, and it's empowering to have these things on your phone, right, guys? So she's got different protocols as well to support Candida, and also affirmations that go with it, which is really, really interesting. Another resource that I really like, so you may check some of them out and see which ones resonate best with you. This is the Healing Questions Guide, and this is by Wendy Jensen. This is another really, really great book. I would say that this one is kind of the Cliff Notes version, and this is like the big guns, and it asks very detailed questions and things. So she actually has a section here on Candida, and so it asks questions that you may see if it resonates with you. You could journal on it, but this says, what will it take for me to get focused? What value is there on putting my energy into so many directions? What will it take to be more selective about where I place my focus? What negative feelings am I holding on to that need to be addressed? So it kind of goes and gives you lots of questions. So I like to have a little bit of quiet time, kind of journal on those, see what comes up. And then the affirmation for the Candida is, I allow my destiny to come into view, and I can see what needs to happen next. With gratitude, I release any thoughts, people, and things that stand in my way. I am focused and committed. So very cool. Nice to have things and tools to support us. Oh yes, so Hillary says Rebecca Hinsey is her presidential diamond and she's just a phenomenal resource. Yeah, great. And she has like lots of really great books and things that can support and help people in a lot of ways. So thank you so much for that as well. But that's really where I wanted to kind of get the ball rolling, guys, is give you some ideas, some dietary ideas to really just help with Candida, give you some essential oils to support you, talk about the emotional support with that. Oh yeah, Hillary, thanks. So there is an app for matching emotions with oils. I think it's called Essential Emotions. I'll have to actually look that up. It's on my phone and I can't open it now while I'm on a live, but it's $9.99. It's a $10 app and I will post it in the notes above after this. And it's really, really great too. And I think it's called like Essential Emotions or something like that, but I will post that. It is awesome because it has such good information. And I even like it even tells you like where to apply it and the affirmation to go with it, and it gives you some questions too. So try these different resources out because you may find that one may be more helpful than the other. These are kind of the ones that I go to. There's lots of exciting stuff happening this month, guys. So if you are new to essential oils, if you are new to doTERRA and you don't have an oils mentor, I would love to be that person to help and support you. I provide a lot of education and support to my team. And as you can see, while I feel like the oils, we really want high quality therapeutic medicinal oils. This is so important, guys, because if we're talking about taking them internally or applying them into our skin and they're going to get absorbed into our bloodstream, or even using them aromatically in our diffuser and they're going into our nose, our brain, like we want these things to be really pure and safe to use with our family. And that's why I know, love, and trust doTERRA. And they're the oils that I kind of go to and use. But the support is also so important. So I have a private group just for my oils family where like it's here and I do public classes for everybody in our group, which I love to do once a month. But the people in my oils family, they have access to my whole virtual library of all of my classes. They can go back and watch them at any time. We have that support. We set up welcome calls when you get started and get oils. I show you how to make roller bottle blends. I show you how to log into the discount portal and help with all of that because I feel like the help and support is so important. So actually this month, this is kind of amazing. And this is open to everybody with any 200 PV order. That's just product value. So essentially you buy $200 worth of oil this month, you get Immortelle for free. Immortelle is an amazing oil. So this is a roller bottle. It's actually undiluted. There's no carrier oil, fractionated coconut oil. This is straight up essential oils here. And it's a $93 value. So it's kind of like if you purchase $200 of oil, you get a product that's almost worth $100 for free, which is pretty amazing. So it is a blend of some of the pricier oils like frankincense, sandalwood, myrrh, helichrysum, rose, which you can't purchase, which we talked about. Rose is in here, guys. It's pretty awesome. We call it liquid Botox. It is amazing. Oh, Joan, I'm so glad that it's a miracle on your forehead. Yeah, I actually had a procedure. I have a pretty big scar here, and I have been using Immortelle to support me and actually support my scars after hip surgery and noticed a huge difference. And so you can use it to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. I add it to emu oil, and that's actually what I use as a moisturizer on my face every morning and night. But you can apply it to the neck. You can apply it to any area of concern for blemishes. But you can actually make several rollers out of this one and stretch your dollar. And this is a tip that I actually learned from Hillary. So you can open it up just like when I demoed and we made this. You can open this up, get a pipette, get a new roller bottle, pipette, maybe 10 drops, fill it with your fractionated coconut oil and use it. So you could make several rollers out of just this one and let that liquid gold last and save your pennies. So it's very powerful. And also it's not just a beauty blend, guys. This oil is really powerful for cellular growth, for immune support. So I actually like using it under my arms, kind of like as a deodorant, doing that supportive just kind of daily, because as women, we tend to be at an increased risk of, possibly having unhealthy cellular growth in the lymph, near our breast tissue. So I think it's really important to remember to use our oils not just reactively, but proactively to helping and support and kind of use all of that. So this is a really, really great oil to have for lots of things. Because I had a sarcoma of a desmoid tumor, a very rare sarcoma, I actually will apply this over the area where it was in my abdomen daily too, to just kind of help. Again, being proactive is really, really great. Oh, so Shelly says this Immortelle works really great for brown spots on her hands. That's awesome. Yes, absolutely, Hillary. Make that liquid gold last and last. Oh, it's my pleasure, Michelle. Yeah, absolutely. You can do a lot with Immortelle. You can do a lot with Immortelle. And this is why it's so nice to have support, right? And mentorship, because oftentimes people get oils and they're like, I have no idea what to do with this. Oh my gosh. So this is where I come in to kind of help people and be a guide and be a mentor to them along their journey. So many things you can do with Immortelle. It's crazy, guys. And it's crazy that they allow this for free. So really exciting month for anybody. If you're in doTERRA, if you place your order, you could get that. Or if you're new to doTERRA, if you get started, that's also an option to get. Really excited. Our June 2 Curls on Oil podcast just was released today, guys. So yeah. Oh, Marianne, I'm so glad that you listened to it. So I actually posted and shared it in our group here, or you could go to our Facebook page, search 2 Curls on Oil, or just type in facebook.com/2 Curls on Oil and you can listen to the June podcast. It's got lots of great information for you. I do that with my doTERRA lobster and bestie Hillary LeMay and my brother-in-law Andrew Hawkins, and we love that you guys are listening. We've had some great feedback since starting the podcast, so definitely check it out. The Chronic Lyme Disease Summit is coming up. I posted a link in our group, but I'll also post a link above too. I was diagnosed with Lyme disease in 2015. That's actually what kind of brought me into the world of functional medicine, functional nutrition, essential oils, using things to support us in many ways. There are over 150 different symptoms that can point to Lyme disease. I was misdiagnosed for over 11 years. So if you're having lots of weird symptoms, if people can't figure out what's going on, oftentimes Lyme disease is misdiagnosed as rheumatoid arthritis, ALS, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, anything like that. If you are struggling and people can't figure it out, I highly, highly recommend that you take advantage of this free summit. You click on the link, you register. It's June 19th through the 26th. There's going to be amazing speakers. I was blessed to be a speaker last year, and I actually talked about pelvic pain and the correlation to Lyme disease. I believe they're going to open up those talks from last year, so you can check them out. There's also an option to snag and purchase the summit, all of the talks, all of the PowerPoints, everything at a discounted price before the summit kicks off. So I will post those links for you guys if you're there, because it's so powerful. Lyme disease, I feel like it's really a combination of several different illnesses and things happening all at once. And the information is going to help and support anybody, not just people with Lyme. So definitely check that out as well. I want to give a shout out to my friend across the pond in the UK, Rachel. Essentially Rachel, she gifted me with this beautiful necklace. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is a diffuser bead with a beautiful little feather. And so you can put your essential oil right on the bead. How beautiful is that? So I'm going to do it right now. Some Balance. I love Balance. Balance is one of my favorite oils. I like to put it on as perfume, but I can also put it on right here. So the lava beads are porous. They have little holes, and you can just put the essential oil right on. I know, isn't it pretty, Hillary? It's such a beautiful gift. So I will post her link as well. She has an email. It's essentially racheluk@gmail.com. So go check out her work. It's handmade. It's gorgeous. I've been loving this. I've been wearing it so much. And right, it's like having a little diffuser on the go, a little portable diffuser to support you emotionally wherever you are. So definitely check her out. She has some amazing goodies. Thank you so much, Rachel, for this. I just absolutely love it. If you need a little bit of help and support on your healing journey, I offer health coaching. So please check out my website. And thank you so much, Hillary, for sharing. It's lauraritchie.vpweb.com. And I would love to help you. I do private health coaching with people to just kind of guide them. If you need a little bit of help with the nutrition, with lifestyle, with maybe getting rid of gluten or any of those things, that's actually what I do. And I absolutely love it. I do it virtually. So my virtual health coaching practice, it's all over the globe. I have clients on the East Coast, West Coast, Netherlands, Canada, all over. And it's amazing that the technology allows this for me to come in and help. So love all of these things. I will post some resources and things for you too. Unless you guys have any other questions, I'm going to hop off. The replay will be up for 2 weeks. So make sure that you download all of the Candida Tear Pad in our group, and make sure that you watch the video before it comes down. It'll come down on June 28th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we have a giveaway, right? So I love Aroma Tools. Aroma Tools has been so awesome. and been very, very supportive with a lot of things. So we will do this. We will close the giveaway at, let's see, it's going to be 2 p.m. Central Time soon. So we'll say 3 p.m. Central Time. If you comment below and any kind of a learning comment that you may have had, you'll be entered into the drawing. This has some really amazing recipe cards from Aroma Tools. These are pretty awesome. I kind of want one for myself, but we are giving them away. An Aroma Tools pin. This is awesome, guys. This is a magnet that you can put on your refrigerator, and it talks about all of the oils that you can cook with and what you can do with them. I want one of these for my refrigerator, actually. So this is really cool. So we have this here. There is actually some really neat information about how to use your oils in the summer. And Aroma Tools is so cool. They send me stuff and I never know what we're gonna get. Here is a woodland spice diffuser blend. A little tear pad, we always need that. You can take notes while you're watching the monthly classes. A really cool coloring book that talks about oils and using them in all different kinds of ways so you can learn, you can get your kids involved. They even gave you like coupons. So coupons to snag their stuff. And this is amazing. I think this right here is gold. It's the blend comparison. So it's the generic names versus the doTERRA trademark proprietary names. We all need one of these, right? Because even I sometimes get a little lost. So many great stuff, coupons, cool bookmarks, and then I'm throwing in a lip balm, peppermint and wild orange doTERRA lip balm. So comment below. We'll close the giveaway at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time today. This is for US only. I'm so sorry to our UK friends and Canadian friends, but US only to be entered into the giveaway to get like all this stuff. I almost can't even hold it all up for you guys. So that's really exciting. And I'm thinking next month we may need to do an essential oils to support Lyme disease class. That's been something that's been really interesting and kind of coming up. And again, it can support anybody in any areas because the symptoms are so diverse, right? There's neurological symptoms, there's head and neck tension, upset tummy, all of these things that can happen. So stay tuned, because if you're struggling with Lyme, first of all, my heart goes out to you, and I'm so sorry about that. It's a journey, but there is hope. There's always hope. So know that too. But also, if you're having other random symptoms or you just want to learn how to use your essential oils in a different way, tune in for that. It's going to be really fun. It'll be our bug off essential oils to support Lyme class. So that's going to be really, really exciting. I figured coming off of the Lyme Disease Summit, we need to do something to empower people to learn how to use those as well, right? So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming, for being here. I love to connect with you guys on a monthly basis. I learned so much from you guys. I love that you're finding this is helpful and supportive. And again, if you guys need some support, I would love to be your oil mentor. I know Hillary and I, we get messages a lot from people oftentimes about, oh man, I'm getting no support, or the person that I got started with, I got started with oils and I never ever heard from them again. And we hate to hear those things. And I think people don't realize what a big deal it is. Honestly, I look at it as an honor when somebody chooses me to be their oil mentor and to get the support, because it's very, very hard to switch. Once you make a choice, once you choose that person, it is very, very hard to switch, right, Hillary? We get that all day, every day. It breaks our heart to hear that people don't know. So that's why follow Hillary on YouTube, Hillary LeMay. She does amazing, amazing periscopes every Thursday. It's a free app. Check her out. She provides so much free education. I do that in this class, in this group with monthly classes and things. We do that with the podcast. We're really trying to spread the word, support people, educate people, because this is a lifestyle change, right? We are here as mentors to really support and encourage people to join us on this health and wellness lifestyle. And just like a supplement or a medication or anything else, the essential oils are only going to benefit you if you're using them. You wouldn't expect a medication to work for you if you're not using it every day. So use your oils, guys, and we're here to encourage and empower you to do that. But I just really want people to know that we are here to help you and support you. So thank you so much. I'm going to actually post, it's going to be really exciting, guys. Because of all the specials that doTERRA has this month, I'm posting 2 flash sale options. It's popping up this afternoon, so stay tuned. It's going to be flash sale through Friday. So if you're new to essential oils, if you want to get started, if you're ready to get rid of Candida to support you in many different ways, stay tuned, because that is coming. As always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here along with us on this journey. And I will see you guys later. Have a great afternoon. Bye.